What's going on, guys? Nick here. Today we're going to be doing a walk around video of the new daily. If you guys haven't seen the last video where I revealed it, it is a 1995 Ford F-150. We're going to be driving to a spot that's kind of out of the way of everything else so that I can give you guys a full good walk around of the truck and show you guys some of the cool things that it has and some of the weird quirks that it has as well. So we are going to start her up. We're going to go to the spot and I'll get out and I'll show you guys about this truck. Alright guys, if you haven't seen the other video where I introduced this is the 1995 Ford F-150. I bought this as a daily so that I could drive in the winter and I could just drive when I don't want to drive the car. It's very clean. It's a 1995 like I said. In the video I showed it had 89,000 miles on it. It had 88,000 on it. It has 89 on it now. I'll show you guys exactly what it has. $89,165, so not too bad for a 1995. Alright, while I got this opened up, I'll show you guys the interior real quick. It's all red. Seatbelts are red. Headliner's red. The seat is super comfortable. It's like a big couch. It's just one big bench seat, and it's got an armrest that folds down, as you guys can see here. It's all power options, power locks, power mirrors, power windows. The windows, speaking of them, they are tinted. That's one of the modifications that it does have. I don't know if I'm a fan of the tint or not because I never had tinted the BRZ and I never had tinted windows on anything. At night, it's a little bit more difficult to see out of them, but they're honestly not bad. Like, this is untinted and this is tinted. So, it's debatable there. But another thing that it has that the guy installed is a Pioneer head unit that has Bluetooth. It's up here. So it has Bluetooth, which is really awesome. I just set the phone in the little ashtray right there, and the Bluetooth all goes in through there. I like the head unit a lot. It gets the job done, and it makes everything a lot more convenient for being how old this truck is. Another thing this truck has is four-wheel drive, which is one of the main things that I did want in a daily. So that's really awesome that this has it. In case I need to use it in the winter and I don't want to drive the BRZ, I could take this, and it would be a lot better in the snow than the car would be. Another thing that the truck has, which the steering wheel is all upside down, so I can't really show it that well, but it does have cruise control and it does work. I didn't think that the cruise control worked at first when I got it. No lights came on the dash, and it's just because no lights do come on the dash when you have the cruise control on. So it just kind of turns on, you hit on right here, and then you hit coast, and then it turns the cruise control on. But there's no light that comes on, so it is a little bit confusing. Alright, that pretty much does it for the inside of the truck. So we're going to go outside. Shut the key off here for a sec. Pull the key out. We'll show you guys the outside of it. The body is in pretty good condition. A couple of the things on it has been redone, like the boxes. But this whole section on the truck here seems to rot out on all of these. Mine was repaired, but as you guys can see, it is starting to come back through again. So that's probably going to have to be redone. Another spot of rust is common is around these fenders here and then down here. It's a lot worse down here, but it is starting to bubble through here just a little bit, but it's not too bad. None of the bumpers are rusted. The bumpers are all pretty good. As you guys see, there's a little bit of it bubbling out here. Not too bad. And then there's again down on this fender here. So that's honestly not that bad. This side of the box on here isn't as bad as the other side. You can see that some of it is coming through again, but there's no huge cracks in the paint where it's going to be rusting at. So another modification that it does have is it has a leveling kit so that the truck sits normally. A lot of these trucks, they seem to like nosedive at the ground, and the back seems to be set a lot higher than the front. But this has a leveling kit on the front. I believe the previous owner said it was lifted 2 inches in the front and the back is stock. So it sits a lot more level than what it used to when it was new, but again, I never saw it when it was new. And another modification here is it has this little fiberglass roof spoiler kind of thing going on here, so that's also cool. Alrighty, it does have a bed liner. The guy painted in the bed liner. It seems pretty nice, but another thing is here, these like to rot. So there's a little bit of rust here underneath the bed liner, which that's probably gonna have to be fixed at some point. So we might be fixing that at some point, who knows. If you guys look, the roof, it's a little dirty now, but the paint on the roof seems to be pretty faded at this point, probably because it's a 22-year-old truck. So that does have a little bit of faded paint on the roof, but again, not too bad. The exhaust on this truck is stock, which I do want to change that very soon. It is kind of quiet. It does sound pretty good for what it is. For stock exhaust, it's a little too quiet for me, but I don't want it to be like stupid loud because I already deal with my car being stupid loud as it is. So I'd probably make this a little bit louder, maybe do like a catback dual exhaust kind of thing coming out the back, and that's probably about it. I don't think these tires are stock. I know that they are, these are 31s. I think it says in the door that the stock tire size is a 265/75. So I don't know what that equals out to if you do it in a 31. This is listed as a, okay, these are a, focus on it here, 31 by 10.5 for 15. So these wheels are 15s. I believe they're stock. So stock wheels with 31 by 10.5 tires on it. Another cool thing that this truck has, it has the locking hubs in the front for four-wheel drive, which is pretty cool. It's all electronic on a lot of these newer trucks, so it's cool to see that you have to actually turn this little knob here to lock the hubs in the front. Alright, I just popped the hood. I'll show you guys what motor it has in it. Let me set this camera down here so that I can get the hood actually opened. Alright guys, so this is the engine in the truck. It is a Ford 351 Windsor 5.8 liter. It is a gas pig. It gets anywhere between 12 and 16 miles to the gallon daily driving. It's a good running engine though. It runs solid. I don't really have any problems with it. It doesn't really seem like it'd be too hard to work on, so we'll have to see. I might want to do headers on this, but again, if you guys can see down there, it might be a little difficult on this side because of how tight it is. This side doesn't look too bad. This side doesn't look as bad, but no. One thing the truck does need is a coolant flush. You guys can see here, it is pretty disgusting in there. You can't really see it that well, but that needs to be flushed because it is gross. So the specs on this engine is 210 horsepower and 325 pound-feet of torque. The truck does have a towing capacity of 7,200 pounds because of the rear end that it has. Axle code is 19, and if you look that up online, it means that it has a 355 final drive ratio and not a 308. So it increases the towing capacity and helps a lot out with acceleration, because the 308 would make this thing a dog. So that is the engine in this. I will start it up for you guys so you guys can hear what it sounds like. One thing I didn't mention is it did come with a remote. It has power door locks with the remote, and it also has remote start. So I'll start it up for you guys here. Take both of these buttons here and then hit both of them. So that is the stock exhaust for you. I'll give it a couple good revs. So that's a quick video of what it sounds like. But yeah, it is a 351 Windsor. I am looking at exhaust for it. We'll see what happens. I do have to get a couple things fixed on it first before I can start modifying it, because if you guys could see, don't tell nobody. My inspection was out in July, but don't tell nobody. Big secret. No, the truck did need a U-joint on the front left. It needed a ball joint on the front right. It needed a rear axle seal in the back, and it needs front brakes. And then it'll pass inspection. This is a quick little look of what the tint looks like on the outside. It's probably only like 35 or 40%. I mean, you can see in it a little bit, but you could definitely tell that it is tinted. Alright guys, I think that's pretty much it on everything I wanted to go over with the truck. I absolutely love it so far. I want to do a lot of cool things with it, but again, it is going to be a daily, and it is going to be kind of a beater that I'm going to be able to have fun with, but still be able to enjoy my car, have a good time with this. So it's going to be fun to experiment with it. This is my first truck. I've never owned a truck before, but I'm loving it so far. It's very comfortable, and it's just a good vehicle. One thing I forgot to mention in the beginning of the video is that the truck is a single cab short bed. So I believe it is a 6-foot bed, single cab, holds 3 passengers. It doesn't have the half doors in the back, and if it wasn't a if it was a longer bed, it would have 2 gas tanks. It'd have one here, and it'd have one here. But it has a single gas tank, so you do have to fill it up pretty often. I only get about maybe 200 miles out of a tank, if that. And it's because it's not a very big tank, honestly, and you only have one of them, so you do have to fill it up quite a bit, and plus it does get about, I don't know, like 13, 14 miles a gallon, so that sucks. So yeah guys, that pretty much covers everything about the new truck on the channel. If you guys have any questions about it, please feel free to leave it in the comment section below. Let me know if you guys like the truck, if you hate the truck. Either way, I'm still happy with it. I think it's a good purchase, but I'll leave you guys with a quick little shot of it, and we'll end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care.